Greetings, fellow Americans. Susanna for President 2028. Welcome to the 2024 edition of Franklin Delano Roosevelt's Fireside Chats. Got a couple of things that I'd like to discuss with you today, and then we're going to go into some more of the National Recovery Act. So the first thing I'd like to start with is our indigenous tribes and climate change. Indigenous tribes have been taking care of our planet for ages. They have been living off the land. They have done what they could to prevent natural disasters and stuff like that. I believe that it would be very beneficial to implement a program where our Native American tribes are helping us with the things that we need now, like reducing our fire hazards for wildfire season and reducing the chances of floods and reducing the effects of climate change in general. Being part of our environmental protection agency, that is going to be a preferred job that I think that they would be very beneficial in. There's other jobs, of course, that they could apply for as needed, but I think that this would really help us kick things in gear as far as protecting our nation from the disasters that we do face, especially when we're facing drought and dry seasons where fire hazards are so much more prevalent and so much more toxic to our environment, especially. This also brings me to aspects of our national health care and national education systems. Native Americans have a long history, or any indigenous tribe really has a long history of medicinal practices that have helped keep their people in their tribes alive and well for the longest of times, centuries. There's no reason why we cannot implement programs for willing tribes to teach medicinal knowledge, old medicinal knowledge, to give us a better arsenal of things to help us heal our nation, to help make us healthier. Best practices, basically. I believe that this is going to be beneficial for many reasons, including reducing sickness amongst our general population. Passing along information in the medical field is really something that any two peoples should be doing when they get along, when they're not at odds with each other. So one of the things that I'd like to see happen with this as well is in the education system, and along with teaching the medicinal practices, I believe it's important for our indigenous tribes to teach culture, to teach their culture in different ways throughout the national education system. We have a vast variety of cultures in the United States, and there's no reason why we can't learn about each individual one. The biggest problem I think that parents might have is, what exactly are we teaching? Well, we're teaching more along the lines of social studies, so that our kids have a better understanding of what exists in our world. I think it's appropriate for that. Otherwise, our kids could come across cultures that might frighten them because they don't really understand what it is. And that's how we really react. If we don't understand something, a lot of times we can fear it. This is all to help us understand ourselves and each other, to help us unify, and to help us better our nation as a whole. Showing that we can work together in this way is going to be very beneficial for all of us and help us become a number one leader again in our world. Some of the things that I have thought of implementing and are trying to implement as I'm putting this all together is things that our Native Americans can help with, like forestry issues, having positions in forestry management and border security and such like that are, I think that these are jobs and positions that would be, you know, they would be preferred to have an indigenous tribesman in those areas to give that knowledge in that position a boost. It's really about making sure that we can learn from each other to better our nation. And this is one of the small little steps that we can take to do it. Indigenous tribes have been supporting our nation in many ways throughout the years. And I think that they have been treated very badly. This is one of the ways that I would like to treat them well. And it's not really an in return, but some of the things that I would like to do for them, for their services, is definitely make sure that they're not in poverty. They are our people as well. I do understand that they are a sovereign nation, and I have no problem respecting that. But they're still a part of this nation. So it's important that we include them to make sure that we do truly unify and we show how we can work together to make unification work. So as far as the healthcare and national education systems, these are going to be extremely important to soup up, to improve upon. I thank you for your time, and may our path lead to peace and prosperity.